your everyday fix of facts and spicy side.
From breaking headlines to backroom whispers, all served hot and fresh. Finally, happy Friday! I'm Monique Tuzon.
I'm Mai Rodriguez. Glad to have you with us. This is the Daily Dish.
And I'm Chal Lontoc. Join us in the next hour and a half where the news meets the stories that matter to you.
That was so cute.
TGIF.
Yes. We should totally do that now every Friday.
I know, and I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yes, thanks guys. I have vertigo. Like it's genetics. My mom
So you're not
has
buntes, just to confirm.
Just to confirm, guys.
Everybody was asking if she's pregnant.
Nagbabbler na kayong lahat sa Miss Babbler. I am not pregnant. I have vertigo. It is genetics. My mom gets it. My sister gets it. I like randomly just wake up with vertigo. So last night, I missed you guys. I'm so glad Paolo was able to sub in for me.
Yes, extra
But
fun.
we back now. I mean,
That's so scary though. It's
life.
just random
It's
attacks.
random.
You don't know what triggers it.
I actually don't know what triggers it. So we should totally have a doctor here.
Yeah,
I don't know what
totally.
doctor that is for vertigo. What doctor kaya yun? Ano,
I
ENT?
have no idea.
Yeah, because it's like your ear,
The imbalance of the,
imbalance
fluids.
of the fluid. So if I'm bingit today, that's why. Because my ear, I'm still popping my ear.
No, what? Can you hear me?
Chana, what?
Oh, yeah, what? Also, another thing that's been talked about online, and I hope you guys noticed it,
Yeah.
is the 2016 For Me.
I've seen several posts
Everybody's
already.
posting their 2016
Celebrities,
pics.
social media influencers, they've been posting throwbacks of themselves when they were 20.
It's
What
so
were
funny,
you-
I asked you earlier, how do you even retrieve those photos from 2016?
Well, how do you get your 2016 photos? Girl, it's on your library.
You type
I don't know.
2016 and it
Really?
comes up. So it's not just the fashion
Yeah.
or food or the trends that time, but really just photos of yourself from that era.
I can't wait to see my
I will check my phone. I will
What were you
check
doing
that.
2016?
Yeah.
What do you remember from
I
2016?
was still, back with CNN Philippines, of course. I don't
News
know.
is news
it's
for
like
Mai.
10 years
Yes.
ago.
Okay, and for
She's
you?
still hot and she's still the same, basically. 2016, I graduated college. What else? I was doing sports interning in
wow.
Charlotte, North Carolina. So I was interning with WBTV at the time, and I interviewed like Jeremy Lin. I was covering the Hornets, the Panthers. So that was a super fun time. That's
Amazing.
where it all started.
You should
Yeah.
totally have videos or clips of those interviews.
I
still.
should look for them. How do I look for them, Mai? How do I look for my 2016?
Wow,
photos?
2016.
Don't ask me. I'm like,
What about you,
Me, I was
Charlie?
just born 2016, 10 years old. No, really, I think 2016, a decade ago, literally 10 years ago,
crazy.
it was such a peak in my life where
You said it
I'm
was a
just-
good year for you.
Really good year. I was hosting shows, events, traveling a lot. Plus, I was a new mom to my second child as well. So a
Second
lot
child?
of second
Papanganak
child.
mo lang. Steven din, she has an anak.
So let's see. Maybe we'll get on it and we'll start posting 2016
I
for
will
me
Watch
too.
out for a throwback photo.
We'll do that all
Yeah.
weekend. We're gonna like scroll and look. But actually, I was watching TikTok and they said 2016 is back too because the rapper Fetty Wap, you know, he sings
I have
the.
no idea who he
Sing
is.
it, sing it. Rap it, I
Oh
mean.
no, there's like explicit words. I can't. I'm such a good girl. I can't. No. But MTRCB tayo, wag. But anyway, Fetty Wap, he was jailed. I forgot why he was jailed, but he just got released now. And 2016 was his year. So if you guys watch TikTok, they're throwing back like his
that's
songs.
where it all came
So I
from,
don't know if
I
that's
think.
where it
Maybe,
came
maybe
from.
possible.
But yeah, people are throwing back songs too. Like 2016 was poppin' with
What was the
songs.
best song of 2016? If anyone remembers, please tell us.
Fetty Wap.
I think more of the R&B and hip hop scene. It was
Yeah.
pretty much alive, mixed in with pop.
And that's when Drake was so good. Drake and Lil Wayne.
All these names
So
were
it's all
popping during
about
those
these
times.
rappers.
Yes.
We're
as
gonna
well.
we're gonna post some songs, so watch out.
And also something else to watch out for today, for Friday, are our guests.
We have two coaches.
Yes, two coaches.
Yeah.
First up, we have
We have
Celebrity
celebrity coach
coach.
Arnold Aninion, who is literally Erwan and like
Solen.
Solen's, everybody's.
A lot.
He's the who's coach, basically, here in the Philippines. We're trying to get him to coach us so we can all look
to
sexy.
get fit, to get extra sexy this year.
And
so,
Chal
yeah.
was saying you used to work out with him actually.
Yes,
he's
I
the type
did.
of coach that like really
Pushes you.
Is this
That's what we need.
CrossFit or mostly lifting?
Mostly
It's a mix.
Okay.
HIIT, CrossFit, lifting, name it. He does it all. And even a little bit of nutrition as well. So he's got an interesting story as well on how he got into it. So
I
we'll see.
can't wait.
We'll
But
hear
you
from
know
him.
what we all need, since Valentine's is also coming up? Who's our other coach?
We have a love coach and motivational speaker, Sanaiyah Gunarmal.
What are we
And
gonna
looking
ask
forward
her?
Yes,
We're
what
gonna
is
ask her money or love.
those looking for love maybe this 2016? Listen up, right?
Can't wait. So yeah, we have a jam-packed show, very educational and very fun. So stay tuned. But
Catch
Mai,
those conversations in a bit, but first, we'll have the headline.
This is my daily dish. This is my daily dish. My daily dish. My daily dish.
In today's headlines, former Representative Zal Bico and 11 others are summoned to attend the resumption of the Blue Ribbon Committee's hearing on the flood control scandal next week. The Department of Energy eyes elevating the 24 billion peso penalty against Batangas Representative Leandro Leviste to the DOJ or the Office of the Solicitor General. The International Criminal Court seeks witnesses on the country's war on drugs under former President Rodrigo Duterte. And later in the show, we'll speak with celebrity fitness coach Arnold Aninion and love coach and motivational speaker Sanaiyah Gunarmal. Catch that in a bit. Our top story, Senate President Tito Soto signs a subpoena compelling former Congressman Zal Bico to attend on Monday the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing on the flood control scandal. Co is the subject of a warrant of arrest and remains at large, with his last known location reportedly in Portugal. Also included in the subpoena are former DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan, who's still in the U.S., and former DepEd Undersecretary Trigiv Olivar. A subpoena was also issued for DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon to produce important documents from his office. President Bongbong Marcos says the need to appoint new members of the Independent Commission for Infrastructure depends on the fact-finding body's progress. Speaking to reporters in an ambush interview this morning, the president said the commission is coming towards the end of what they need to investigate. Questions have been raised about the commission's viability following the resignation of two members, Rogelio Singson and Rosana Fajardo, leaving only Justice Andres Reyes in the body tasked to investigate the flood control scandal. The president said once the ICI finishes its fact-finding work, the focus of accountability will shift to prosecutorial agencies where information will be turned over to the DOJ and the Ombudsman.
Depends on the work that ICI still has in front of it. Pag kailangan pa, then we will. But if the work is done, kung naibigay na lahat ng information sa DOJ at saka sa Ombudsman, then the focus now of the investigation will go to the DOJ and the Ombudsman.
DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon leads today's inspection of the Maharlika Highway in the Bicol region. Ian Maghanoy is on the phone for the details. Hi, Ian. Go ahead.
Yes, Mai, the Department of Public Works and Highways will lead today's inspection of Maharlika Highway ahead of its rehabilitation. In an advisory early Friday, DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon said he will join the inspection of the national highway starting from Lopez Viaduct at Barangay Candaya, Ilaya Lopez, Quezon Province at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This will be followed by the inspection of Maharlika Highway in Barangay Binutasan in Calawag and Barangay Bagong Silang in Tagkawayan. It will then proceed to Barangay Cabasag del Caliego in Camarines Sur and Barangay Kabutagan Lupi, Camarines Sur and Barangay Tapi Lupi tonight. As of now, the agency is traveling towards the first leg of inspection to Barangay Candaya, Ilaya Lopez, Quezon Province. It can be recalled that Dizon had earlier announced the prioritization of Maharlika Highway from repairs. Mai?
And tell us about the rehab plans for the Maharlika Highway. Why is it very important and why is it a critical link?
Yes, my Public Works Chief Vince Dizon had earlier said that Maharlika Highway was being eyed for rehabilitation from Apari to Mindanao, which he noted has long been neglected since its construction in the late 60s. The rehab will make sure that the road is safe for motorists, according to Secretary Dizon.
Thank you for that report, Ian Maghanoy. In other news, cabinet members together with members of the business community are having a forum to help the country secure more foreign investments. Ivy Reyes is on the phone to tell us more. Hi, Ivy. What's the latest?
Yes, Mai, we're here at Shangri-La, the fort, where cabinet secretaries have convened for a forum on the big, bold reforms the Philippines will undertake in 2026. Also present are panelists of Bilyonarios from the private sector, including San Miguel Chief Ramon S. Ang, Ayala's Jaime Zobel de Ayala, Aboides Equity Ventures Sabine Aboides, and PDO Unibank's Teresita C. Coson. Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Investor Relations Group, together with the DOF, organized the first roundtable discussion focused on agriculture, trade and industry, transportation, environment, infrastructure, communications, and of course, reliable power. Finance Secretary Frederick Go is currently briefing the press with what transpired at the closed-door meeting. DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon will present the agency's response to key questions on infrastructure and its anomalies in the past year and their spending, given the huge sum of 530 billion pesos as their appropriations for 2026. Meanwhile, DOT will also respond to the country's tourism challenges, a factor in the allegedly waning performance of DOT Secretary Cristina Frasco, according to a Political Exclusive. And as the peso continuously drops to its lowest this week, the private sector will recommend ways for the Philippines to secure more foreign direct investments. That's the latest here from the fort. Back to you, Mai.
Thank you, Ivy Reyes reporting. Energy Secretary Sharon Garin says they are ready to elevate the 24 billion peso fine imposed on Batangas Representative Leandro Leviste's firm Solar Philippines. Garin told BNC's Agenda Leviste made no response or updates on the DOE's decision after the congressman's firm failed to deliver on its contract with the government.
So, Secretary, dahil hindi ho pinapansin itong mga summons, show-cause orders na nanggagaling po sa Energy Department, what's next? What do you plan to do next?
What's next is we have, as far as the DOE is concerned, as to decision level, this is already final na kasi we've waited for them to file a motion for reconsideration. Wala rin. So we will collect, but if they refuse to pay, then we bring it up to Solgen level or the DOJ level para they determine what's the good legal recourse that we have.
Are you still giving them time to at least respond to the summons or the show-cause orders issued by the Energy Department?
No more, ma'am.
Ito na po.
We always allow naman extensions if you just explain. And we do understand naman that there are things that are unforeseen or not within their control. Marami po kaming contracts na ina-allow naman yan eh. But we've given them time, we've given them so many chances, and actually kami pa yung humihingi ng update eh, but nothing. So we've waited for so long, and I don't think we can give so much credibility in any of their response anymore.
Well, are you going to formally issue this penalty of 24 billion pesos to Solar Philippines, ma'am?
It's already been sent, the termination, along with the collection or the fines that the dues that they should pay. If we don't get the response or payment within the time that has been prescribed, then we have to take this to court.
Garin also flagged a conflict of interest at SP New Energy Corporation, saying while the company performs well, its parent, Solar Philippines, is still largely owned by Leviste, a public official who should have divested.
But this is a compliant company. Now, that doesn't mean that the ownership structure is compliant with the law. Kasi I think the Solar Philippines still has shares in that company, and that's basically the beneficial owner of these companies is one person na it's a public official that should have divested before.
Ibig sabihin po, dahil may shares ang Solar Philippines dito po sa SPNEC, yun po ang nakikita ninyong problema as conflict of interest.
Yes, ma'am, because Solar Philippines or all these companies are held by ang ownership yun is under a holding company which is 99% owned by a single person.
Which is Congressman Leandro Leviste,
Yes.
to be
Yes.
exact.
Batangas 1st District Representative Leandro Leviste files a libel complaint against Presidential Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro. Nilo Dagos is on the line for the details. Hi Nilo, tell us about this complaint.
Yes, my Batangas District Representative Leandro Leviste officially initiated the legal action against Presidential Communication Office Under Secretary Claire Castro this Friday morning, accompanied by his legal counsel Ferdinand Topacio. The lawmaker arrived at the Balayan Hall here in Batangas just before 10 a.m. to seek 110 million damages. Grounds for the complaint. The lawsuit stems from allegation made by Castro regarding the business dealings. According to the complaint, the government official repeatedly claimed that Leviste sold a company he owns that holds a specific franchise. The congressman categorically denied that claims, asserting that no such sales ever took place. Clarification on political intent, Leviste emphasized that litigation is not an act of hostility toward the current administration or the national government. He explained that his primary motivation is to address the correct misinformation being spread about his professional integrity. While expressing confidence in the strength of his legal position, he noted that there is no personal ill will toward the undersecretary despite the serious nature of the charges. At this time, Undersecretary Castro's office has not released a formal response to the filing. Nilo Dagos, Abante News.
Thank you, Nilo. Dagos reporting to us from Batangas. A check on the weather. Signal number 1 is still up in parts of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao due to Tropical Storm Ada. At 11 this morning, Pag-asa said the storm was last spotted 325 kilometers east of Giwan, eastern Samar, with maximum sustained winds of 65 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 80 kilometers per hour. In Luzon, areas under signal number 1 are the eastern portion of Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, and the eastern portion of Masbate, including Ticao and Burias Islands. In the Visayas, affected areas are northern and eastern Samar, Biliran, the northern and central portions of Leyte. In Mindanao, the storm can be felt in the Dinagat Islands and Siargao, including Bukas Grande Islands. The International Criminal Court is seeking witnesses in the Philippines' war on drugs under former President Rodrigo Duterte. The ICC launched a link to collect testimonies and evidence on alleged crimes against humanity, including extrajudicial killings, torture, and sexual violence. The investigation covers incidents between November 2011 and March 2019 and calls on both victims and law enforcement to come forward. Testimonies can be submitted confidentially as the court looks into whether these acts were part of a coordinated national campaign. The Department of Foreign Affairs assures the public Filipinos are safe in Iran. This comes amid rising tensions there due to a deepening economic crisis and looming threat of war. DFA Assistant Secretary Angelica Escalona tells Politico Nightly the Philippine Embassy in Iran is open and constantly monitors the situation round the clock. She adds no one has asked for assistance since the DFA raised Alert Level 2 in Iran.
As early as January 2, nag-issue na nga ang ating embahada ng advisory for our Filipinos to shelter in place, restrict non-essential movements, and avoid public places.
Alright.
Pero kung nag-escalate po ang mga nangyayari, maaari ding irekomenda ng embahada na itaas to alert level 3, which is voluntary repatriation.
A group has teamed up with the health department to fight stunting in the Philippines. The new program will provide free milk to expectant mothers to boost babies' growth and brain development. We have more details from Pierre Pastor. Hi, Pierre. Go ahead.
Hi, Mai. To address stunting in the Philippines, the Knights of Rizal, an international organization honoring our national hero Jose Rizal, has proposed a promising project to the health department. This is to provide free milk, not to the babies or the children, but to the expectant mothers, because study shows that growth and brain development starts in mommy's womb. Stunting in the Philippines is affecting 1 in 4 children under 5, making the country one that has the most stunted children. Later on, data show that it's not only the height is a problem, but also stunted brain development. Malnutrition is the identified cause of the stunting in the country, which they say is the reason why we have kids who are way shorter than their Asian counterparts, or even shorter than Filipinos living abroad. Kasi nga daw, doon umiinom sila ng gatas regularly. Studies prove milk provides adequate protein for muscles and tissues, calcium for stronger bones, and the DHA and vitamin B12 and more to help proper brain development, and of course, stronger immune system. This is why the program of the Knights of Rizal with the DOH, which will start in Manila, will provide free milk for mothers from day 1 of conception up until 6 months of breastfeeding. They say this will surely help mothers to be able to give proper nutrition to their babies. The Knights are hopeful that these children will become BTS daw one day, brighter, taller, and smarter. And of course, this is a long-term effect for the economic growth of the country. The program has not started, Mai, but this is surely a promising one. Mai?
Pierre, what are the reasons why stunting is still a big problem in the Philippines?
Well, my Secretary Herbosa said that one of the identified reasons is literacy. Filipinos lack knowledge on what are the best to eat or consume and do to get proper nutrition. Am I?
Thank you, Pierre Pastor, reporting to us from the DOH press conference. The anti-political dynasty bill should strengthen anti-nepotism measures in the government's appointive positions. That's according to election watchdog Contra Daya convener Danilo Arao. On Bilyonaryo news channels at the forefront, Arao urges Congress to scrutinize the practice of favoring relatives in civil service as another method of dynastic control. Arao alleges government officials often employ relatives as their staff, saying nepotism in these levels, whether local or national, are just as damaging as elected positions.
The law on the Code of Conduct for Government Employees, there's an anti-nepotism provision there. It doesn't apparently work for presidential appointees because right now you have brothers, you have mag-apo or mag-ama na nag-occupy not just the secretary position but even the undersecretary position.
Meanwhile, Arao pushes for the enactment of a genuine party-list reform act in Congress, but warns there is still room for abuse. He stresses political disparities may still persist in the current system.
Even, forms of election cheating, we can still, at the risk of sounding, even at the risk of stating the obvious, those with less funds to campaign can still end up being marginalized by those with no clear program but with a lot of money to spend, awash with cash, kumbaga.
Arao shares the House Committee on Suffrage invited Contra Daya January 26. He confirms the group will submit a position paper on the issue. Coming up next, we'll speak with love coach and motivational speaker Sanaiyah Gunarmal. Don't go away. The Daily Dish will be right back.
Welcome back to the Daily Dish. Now, everybody asks this question: how do you build the right relationships?
Joining us now is in the studio is love coach and motivational speaker Sanaiyah Gunarmal. Let's all give her a big warm welcome and full of love.
Thank you. We already feel the love here in the studio.
Okay, Sanaiyah, you've been doing this kind of work of coaching for quite some time, but I lately just realized and learned that, oh my gosh, you've been doing love coaching specifically. How did you get into this?
So honestly, I've been working with women for the longest time. And I didn't really realize that the number one issue is love and relationships. So it was when I actually started to see the pattern that most women were coming to me with these issues, and it was almost like this part of their life needed to be sorted out before other things started to move. And so I essentially 5 years ago started a podcast, Project Loving Myself, and that's when I said, okay, this is it. I'm going to go entirely into love and relationship coaching because so many women were coming to me just for that.
That's amazing. And what specific love and relationship problems do you get asked the most?
A lot of times it's soulmates. So people are looking for their one person. I get that kind of client a lot. I get a lot of people who are in relationships and their relationship started out really well, but over time, resentments, issues, struggles and so on started to happen. And, they come in and they want to save their relationship. So I work with them on turning things around. I also work with women who want to build their confidence, self-esteem, self-love, which is a really important part of my work, is really to focus on that.
Yeah, but before we dive into this deeper, Chal and I want to know what defines a soulmate? It's a very basic thing that we always use so loosely, like, you're my soulmate.
We hear it, but it seems to be such a big word also.
Right. There's a lot of meanings to it.
Yeah, so the term soulmates refers to anyone you have a connection with. So you could have, a soulmate in business, you could have soulmate with friends.
Really?
And so on. Yeah, so it's a pretty
interesting.
So
big,
Mo and I.
yeah, you could be soulmates.
Yes. We're both sweating together.
With our hands.
So
that's possible.
Yes. So a lot of times we will meet people, our best friends. You feel like you've known them forever. You just connect with them. And that could be someone who really is a soul connection, a soulmate. But really when we talk about soulmates, we're talking about love, right? We're talking about romance. And so most people are looking for their soulmates when it comes to love. Now, a soulmate is someone you're compatible with. It's just your values are aligned, you want the same things. Relationships with a soulmate are just so much easier and effortless. You just kind of, you start a sentence and they finish it. They understand what you're thinking. There's just a strong connection that brings two people together, and that will tell you, oh, this is a soulmate energy. This is a soulmate relationship. And we're not just committed to, or we're not just reduced to having one soulmate. At different points in your life, there is someone who's compatible to you at that time. And then it becomes our choice when we choose to actually marry our soulmate or settle down with a soulmate, and then the relationship grows from there.
You mentioned that majority of your clients are women.
Yes.
And when they come to you, I'm just curious, are they actually single and looking for love, or are more of them already in a relationship and finding ways to grow it even more?
So most of the women I work with are single. They come to me because they realize they have the same toxic relationship patterns.
Which are?
Let's
name a few of them.
betrayal, Yeah, any kind of cheating. And it doesn't have to be physical, it could be emotional. I get clients who have had a really bad breakup and they can't move on, they can't move forward. I have clients who find that they're dating the same guy in different clothes, so it's the same thing happening all the time, like they people please, or they feel that they're not good enough in the relationship, so there's some worthiness issues. So they realize there are these toxic patterns that they keep repeating, and they're done. They're like, I am done with this. I want to make changes in my life. I want a different kind of relationship.
So it seems as if there's also a lot of self-work too, and self-healing, and not really about the other partner or future partner.
Yes, I love that you caught it right away, because it's always about self-work. I like to say that the most important relationship is the one you have with yourself. And your relationship with yourself teaches others how to love you. So if you are kind and compassionate with yourself, you will find people who value you and respect you. But if you keep you keep choosing other people over yourself, you'll find partners who do the same thing. They never choose you. They always prioritize other people or other things over you. So it's really, you could say every relationship is a mirror of the one you have with yourself.
Wow, so it all starts with self-love.
Really? I can't point my finger?
No. Child, don't be like this.
Yeah, it's so much easier to be like, it's your fault,
Right.
to blame,
Them.
right? But one of the most important things I do is I teach people to take responsibility and accountability for their lives.
That's awesome.
I love that.
So anything that goes wrong, well, how did I contribute? How did I invite this? What am I meant to learn
Right.
from this situation?
It's interesting though, earlier, I want to pick up on what you said about betrayal. That's one of the most common issues.
Yes.
I know this is such a general question, but I know everybody's asking the same thing. Do you believe that people can change? People always say once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, do you believe that?
You know, the really interesting thing is I see my client coming to me and their partner has cheated on them, but then their partner goes on to marry someone else and becomes the most loyal and faithful partner to the next person.
That's crazy.
Okay, but the woman who comes to me and says, my partner cheated on me, we kind of go backwards and we start looking at the relationship patterns. And guess what? They're always being betrayed and cheated on by the other person. And often it starts with something that happened in childhood. So either one or the other person, the other partner, has cheated on each other, their parents I'm talking about. So either the father cheated or the mother cheated. So they grew up watching betrayal in their parents' relationship. And sometimes that is not, again, physical cheating. It could be emotional cheating. It could be abandoning, the partner. It could come in many different ways. Lying, not financially contributing to the family. So those kind of things start the betrayal pattern. And then that child grows up and starts attracting partner after partner, situation after situation, where they experience cheating and betrayal of some kind. And then they come to me and they're like, this is happening in my relationships too. So when I show them the pattern that, hey, you've been living this way your whole life, that's when things can change.
So you're saying, just to be clear, you're saying it starts with us and that the patterns that we learn, basically our traumas. From our childhood. So people can change. The cheater in this scenario, the cheater can change. Because you said
the cheater does change when they're with a different person who doesn't sort of bring out that cheating energy. And I know this is a little bit hard to swallow because it's almost like saying it's not the cheater's fault, right? But I like to work with my clients to take ownership of whatever's happening. So it's like, if it's me, I can change it. But if I blame the other person, I can't do anything about their behavior, right? And when my clients do the work with me, we do the internal work, they stop attracting cheaters. So there's something in that, right?
my mind is, wow.
I'm just stupefied because I'm
me too.
Hold on, because we say the entertainment news a lot, and there's lots of stories about this, and you start to reflect and think that there are patterns. Okay, I want to get now to your clients.
Okay.
What are some of the stories that have been successful that, because we all want a successful love story, Sanaiyah, so share us some.
Yes, so I've worked with women who have literally been in the worst relationships in their life. And one client comes to mind. She was married, and then she had a very abusive, toxic relationship with her partner. And eventually she realized that she kept attracting the same kind of toxic behavior in her relationships. In her case, her partner would try to control her. He would try to dominate her, tell her what to do. And because she wanted to be loved, she would just do everything he said. She would essentially keep sacrificing herself, what she wanted, to please him. And in the end, you know, she was very unhappy. When I worked with her to build self-love back in, teach her how to prioritize herself, what was really interesting is her husband started to treat her with respect. Because she was coming into the relationship and loving herself, choosing herself, prioritizing herself, he started to change in his behavior with her. And that was just so beautiful to watch a toxic relationship. Like you said, right? Do they change? The whole relationship changed. The partner changed his behavior towards her. And most importantly, she changed. That's what did everything.
So, like, what are some of these changes? Like, for example, the client you just mentioned. What are a few changes that you told her that she should make?
Okay. She would always blame herself when things would go wrong. Okay. She would always please the other person instead of herself. She had very low self-worth. Okay. And she would never ask for what she wants. She would never put down boundaries. You know, she would just allow the kind of negative behavior to continue. But the minute she started saying, no, this is not how I want to be treated, and she would communicate that to her partner, you know, things started to shift around in the relationship. And there was a transition period. You know, there was a little bit of stress in between. But we brought the relationship around completely, where they actually became very happy together.
Wow.
Yay for
But
them.
I know, but not every story is like that. You know,
Exactly.
like, love is blind.
Yes.
I totally believe in that. So
Yeah.
when you're in a toxic relationship, sometimes you don't think you're in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
So what are some of the signs that you are in a toxic relationship and it needs to be addressed?
Absolutely. So if you're single and you're in a toxic relationship, obviously there's less things to think about in that situation. So I'll speak to that first.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people try to change the partner. Like, it's abusive, the partner is the one who needs to change. But we can't change people. We know that, right? People will be who they are. What we can do is focus on ourselves. So focus on building your self-confidence. Focus on building your self-esteem and self-worth. Love yourself more. So strengthen yourself, and you will walk away you'll walk away from something that is not good for you on your own. So don't try to change the other person. Just work on yourself, and you will leave if the situation is hopeless and it can't change.
Mo, I like your question because there's a lot of talk on social media right now, Sanaiyah, about red flags, green flags, and they
Or
always do
beige
that.
flags.
Or beige
Daming
flags.
flags.
Apparently, it's your flag. You kind of need to watch on. Another talk on social media right now is, and it's becoming quite a trend. I've seen it on TikTok, on Instagram, is looking for not just love. I made a joke about this earlier on when we did our intro, but also for successful partners. So money. That's why I said, is it love or money? It's quite a big talk right now on social media. A lot of women are saying that, you know, we have to be practical when we find love.
Right.
But I'm still quite old school, and I believe in true love and, you know, mad love and everything like that.
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
You know, I think those things like success and money, you can marry into it and then they could lose all of it. So it's not very reliable, right? On the other hand, if you invest in yourself, right? Whether it is your career, it is your hobbies, it is things that you are passionate about, you won't lose that. You'll always have that. You can always rely on yourself. So I believe that you attract who you are, okay? So if you are someone who really prioritizes success, you will probably attract a partner who is successful. If you are someone who values your own self, you will attract a partner who values you. So the kind of things that you focus on are exactly what you're going to invite into your relationships. So for me, I would rather invest in myself and build myself up and then attract what I want than chase after something that isn't really mine.
Love that.
Sabay tayo. See, we're soulmates. So it's easier said than done, investing and working on yourself.
Yes.
So, for example, Chal and I are your clients right now. what are like some generic things you can give us to work on ourselves?
Yeah. So I would ask you to make a list of things about yourself that you maybe want to improve. Okay. For example, do you tend to put your needs last? Okay. Do you say no when you want to? So I'll do a checklist with you. Let's talk about boundaries. Let's talk about communication. Let's talk about, commitment in your life. What are the things that are important to you? Are you making it Are you making it a priority? Are you living in alignment to what's true for you? What's important in your life? And I would essentially help you change your life and create actions that match what you want in your life. So for example, if you want to be successful in your career, who do you need to be successful in your career? Do you need to be more disciplined? Do you need to, invest more time in some skills that you have to develop? So it's really about going in to figure out, are you living as your true self? Another thing that I do with a lot of my clients is, I believe that healing work is really important. You have to constantly heal any blocks, any limitations that come up. And most of us don't achieve our goals because we feel limited. We feel that, we can't do it. So I help you identify what those limits are and heal them.
Oh, we definitely need you.
Let's start.
I know, I'm like, okay, you got us. But, when we work on ourselves, that's another issue I feel like can be happening when you're with a partner is you're working so much on ourselves that the other partner feels abandoned. So how do you balance working on yourself and still giving time to your partner?
Yeah. So when I talk about working on yourself, it doesn't mean that all your time is on you. It's just making a commitment. Maybe you're working with a coach. Maybe you're working with someone who, will help you heal some baggage. So as you start releasing the things that are weighing you down, you're actually bringing more of yourself into your relationship. You're bringing a more happier version of you. And I find that my clients' partners actually end up wanting to work with me after I work with them because they're like, what did you do with my partner, my wife? I want some of that. So I do work with a lot of men, but they usually come to me after
they've seen the transformation.
Yeah, they've seen the transformation.
Now hearing you talk and share all of this, I'm realizing that when you say love coach, it's self-love as well.
Yes.
It all starts with
Yeah,
self-love.
self-love too. Okay, I think we're gonna be doing something extra fun this time because there was a lot of deep talk.
Yes.
This time we're gonna be
We'll
doing
lighten it up.
rapid talk. Okay,
Okay,
so this one's
done.
called rapid fire. We ask you a few questions. You just pick one.
Okay.
Whatever comes to your mind first. Okay, so I'll start. Love or compatibility?
Love.
Okay. Biggest relationship myth?
You have only one soulmate.
I'm gonna throw this random one. It's not there in our script. World peace or self-love?
Self-love, because world peace comes after that. More people loving themselves.
We've been having all these
pageant girls.
pageantries. Okay.
And Chal's gonna join one soon. That's why she's so interested. No, I'm
Mrs.
just kidding.
Bilyonaryo.
Exactly. All right, what's the deal breaker? Dishonesty or inconsistency?
Inconsistency.
Is timing more important than connection?
Sometimes.
Okay, can people really change in relationships?
Yes.
First date, should it be coffee or dinner?
Coffee.
Soulmates, real or romanticized? I know your answer to this. Real or romanticized?
Absolutely real.
Love at first sight, fact or fantasy?
So my relationship is love at first sight, and we got married a month later.
And how long have you been married?
15 years.
15 years. So not a fantasy at
Not a
all.
fantasy.
I agree.
Y'all don't get mad at me. Wait, I want to throw this one question. How do you know they're the ones?
Yes,
Especially
the
for
one.
the one, especially for the single women out there.
If you have to ask, they're not the one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Like, is he the one? Is he the
Then
one?
you know he's not. Okay.
Interesting.
Noted.
Now we know.
Now we know. Okay.
Can long distance relationships really work? I stumbled because I want to answer yes.
They take a lot of commitment. Yes, but you have to put in a lot of work.
Can I add to that? Just from my experience, I think long distance relationships work if you have an end goal.
There, I agree with that.
Because if you're just like, okay, let's try it out, let's see. Because me and my husband now, we did LDR, but we had a goal. Okay, by this time I'll be in the Philippines. By this time, so like it worked, right?
Yeah.
But if you're just like, okay, we'll see how it goes, that's when it doesn't work.
There was a destination.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a destination.
It wasn't just a journey, but there was a destination.
Okay.
One word that defines lasting love, Sanaiyah.
Commitment.
Yes,
Oh, I
commitment.
like that. Wait, one
Agree.
last. Let me
Go,
ask.
go,
I
go,
love
go.
having Sanaiyah here. What's your favorite romantic song?
Ooh.
Love song.
Oh my
Yeah, so we can listen to
God.
it and feel all kalig.
My favorite romantic song.
Or maybe
Wow, no.
what's you and your husband's like song?
I think of the song that we got like during our wedding. There was Love Generation playing all the time. It was like part of our, I don't know if you guys
That's
remember.
a dance music.
Exactly.
Yes. So it's a happy one.
Yeah,
Love
we met
Generation.
on the dance floor,
Oh.
and our wedding was just dance.
Just a party.
Yeah, so for me, it's like love is celebration, And if we all lived in the love generation, right, we would just stop living out of fear. We'll keep choosing ourselves, our relationship, and the things that are important.
Yes, girl.
We love
I love having you. She's our other soulmate.
I'm serious. I feel you. I feel you.
Oh my God, we loved having you. That was
Thank
so
you.
fun.
Thank you so much, Sanaiyah, for sharing the wisdom and love with us today here at the Daily Dish. And we look forward to having you back with us soon.
Thank you so much.
Up next, we will be having celebrity fitness coach Arnold Aninion joins us to talk about discipline and why fitness has become a marker of modern success. Stay with us. The Daily Dish will be right back.
This is my daily dish.
Welcome back to the Daily Dish for today's high performers. Fitness is no longer about aesthetics. It's about energy, focus, and of course, longevity.
And our next guest has built a career helping celebrities and high-profile figures train with intention. He has worked with well-known names, including our very own us. No, I'm just kidding. Not us. Yeah, not yet. Soon, but our very own Matteo Guidicelli. So, I have to ask
Really?
him.
I didn't
Matteo,
know
show us the
that.
app. So please welcome celebrity fitness coach Arnold Aninion.
In the house.
Wait, I was like, hold on, we have to ask Matteo.
Yeah,
Matteo,
I didn't
may
know
abs
about
ka pala.
Yeah, I had the privilege of training Matteo during the pandemic. So there was a lot of downtime, and he took the opportunity to get in his best shape, and he looked amazing. I don't know if he's kept it, but he looks incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kept it. He's kept it.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach Arnie, but what we also want to talk about first is you know, how you came to be. Because oftentimes people see all these celebrities and then, you're there in the video, we hear this voice, training someone, pushing someone, and we don't really know your story, how
And
you came to
the
be.
voice is very specific with that accent.
Yeah, so you're from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Tell us about your story and how you came to be and how you got here to the Philippines.
Cool. I'm born in the Philippines, and when I was small, my family immigrated to Auckland, New Zealand, and then I lived there for a long time. And I decided to come back to the Philippines. My original intention was to actually reconnect with family. Meet other family and just figure out my roots and where I came from. And just by accident, I got into rugby, and I started playing for the Philippine Volcanoes so many years ago. And I kept on traveling backwards and forwards. So I was traveling backwards and forwards, and then I tried my stint at showbiz, and then I moonlighted as a trainer. So it just so happened when I arrived there, I just thought, wow, training is so different here, and how people train was not what I was accustomed to back at home. And then it just so happened that some of the actors and actresses and just the other personalities I met, they weren't used to in my opinion, complete training. So I started training people in secret. It was honestly just in secret. I didn't want anyone to know.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember there was one of the very first actresses I trained was Ann Curtis.
Yes.
And I remember she asked me, could you train me? And I didn't know that she was a big star. Okay, until I took her to the gym and I realized, oh wow, she's the biggest star. But I remember when I said to her, I'll only agree to train you if you promise to keep it secret.
What?
Yeah, I was like, let's just keep it quiet. I'll train, because I was also trying to, be a name in showbiz myself.
Okay. Oh.
And then I remember just one day, we were sitting down at her house, and she says, look, I'll take a picture of you and let's just capture this moment. And I said, are you gonna post it? And she was like, no, I'm not gonna post. Don't post, don't post.
Quite the opposite of what people would do.
I asked her not to post, and then she posted it. And then I think at that moment, like it's there in my timeline. But that post, when she made that post, life changed. So if
Yeah, because it's Anne. Whatever she posts, people will do.
My life changed. Like that was the pivotal moment. Once she posted, it was it. And then I said to her, why did you do that? And I'll never forget her words. She's like, you know what? You're really good at this. Who knows? Just try it. But I remember looking in my inbox and it went from like 100 messages to like, I think 2,000.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Power of Anne.
In like one day.
No, but I want to pick up on what you said. The training here in the Philippines is different.
Yeah.
So that really caught my attention because when you said you're the only one, or you were the only one that offers complete workouts, what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's different forms of training. You can train to lose weight, you can train to gain strength, or to maintain, or you can train for a project that's coming up. And what I noticed was here in the Philippines, there was just one standard, and that was like to lose weight as quickly as possible and to look as good as possible at whatever cost. Okay. And what I tried to introduce to all my clients was that there's not one fit for everyone. Is that each and every single person is an individual. They need, everything has to be tailor-made, needs to be curated, and everyone needs to be understood differently. So diet requirements, training intensity, and also just the expectations. And so I was able to, really cultivate in every client like their best skill set. Like I've trained Chal.
Yes, 15 pounds ago. Need to get back to you.
You looked amazing.
Good. Need to get back to you. I like that question, Mo, because from personal experience, I noticed, and I was sharing this to Mo earlier on, Arnie, that when it's you training, you really push in a good way, in a really good way. As opposed to if we had the typical training here, you could overpower your trainer.
Yeah, you're like, Coach, I'm tired. Coach, I'm done.
Stop it.
No more.
And with you, it was like, no, I gotta push myself harder. And you call the people who go under training with you Arnie's Army?
Arnold's Army.
Arnold's Army.
Yo, that's low-key scary. I'm like, you're like a drill sergeant. But that's what we need.
I mean, the thing is, I think that whole control, I think that's a cultural thing. Because when I came here, the coaches were, they really take the lead from their clients. They take the lead. And in my style of coaching, I lead the session.
Okay.
So I try as much as possible. I do listen. I can gauge whether someone can be pushed or not pushed. But in any other occasion, I make sure that I try and squeeze every ounce of them. Sometimes clients will tell me, "Hey, I'm really tired today. I think I can only give 30%."
Yeah, because it happens.
Right.
Like you
does.
can't give 100% every day.
So I always tell them, look, if you got 30%, I want 100% of all that 30%. You give me all 30. I don't want half of it. I want all of it.
Do you feel the sergeant drilling now?
I need you in my life. That's what I lack. I lack discipline.
No, but sometimes that's what people need. And specifically, even type A people, they need someone kind of pushing them in a good way, telling them, look, there's still something in there that you could bring out.
Wait, but this is such a superficial question.
Yes.
Because, I have a wedding coming up at the beach. How long does it take to get abs?
You know what? Scientifically, it's not hard to get abs. It's not. It's just difficult. So when I mean it's not hard, I mean the process is not hard, but the doing part is very difficult because a lot of it is just diet. It's diet.
Oh no,
you know?
wala na
So
ako there. Okay.
yeah, so yeah, if you
Never mind.
that's the first step is diet, and then the second part of it is the training. So you need to be consistent with the training because the training, I mean, you don't really lose fat during the training. That's the part that really activates the body, stimulates the muscles, but it's the muscles that burn fat, and you burn fat at rest. You burn fat when you're doing nothing. That's the time the magic happens, when you sleep. So you got to diet right, you got to sleep right, you got to make sure you're training correctly, you're not doing too much, not doing too little, and then that's when the abs come out to play. That's when you unfold.
Abs come
Never
out
mind
to
that.
play.
Yeah.
That's a far-fetched
They're staying
dream.
home.
They're staying home.
Locked in their room.
I just have pandesals.
But to put into perspective, once you have the abs and you've experienced it, it gets easier. It gets easier. You
You just
understand
need
the
that
process.
one big time for them
You
to come
do.
out and play.
And I've experienced it with clients where it's their first time seeing their abs, like the moment they look in the mirror and they go, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, or that moment when they've achieved that. It's such a it's such a big honor.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, it's not just the abs. Actually, I'm happy with the line. The line.
The ab crack.
The ab,
That's
yes.
what they call it in Hollywood.
The ab crack.
In Hollywood, they called it the ab crack because
Yeah.
I did a stint there as well. So they said, I really want the ab crack.
Oh, so
and I
that's
was like,
what
that's
it's
all they
called.
want. They don't want too many lines.
Let's
Just
talk
one line.
about training, because you
Yeah.
said that word and it really hit hard. I mean, yes, self-love, yes, accept what we have, but let's
Yeah.
be serious. For a lot of people, weight loss is a battle. And there's a lot of training styles out there. HIIT, circuit, weightlifting, name it. Which one for you suits certain clients well?
I think there's not one answer,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I think all training is good. I think
Yeah,
HIIT
but
is
which
good.
one for women, for a certain body type, would you suggest?
I think, for me,
Yes,
for
for
me,
you.
what I
Your
use,
style.
what I use primarily is hybrid density training.
Oh, what
so,
is that? Hybrid
so
density?
I try to incorporate 2 upper body movements and then 1 lower body, and I try to keep the heart rate high. And I focus more on making it into a performance. So instead of the client just standing there and doing 5 of these, 10 of that, it's a performance. Like, I set that up. This is your time. You're about to put on a show. You're gonna do 10 of these. You're gonna do it perfectly. Then you're gonna do 5 of these, and then we're gonna run. And we're gonna hold that heart rate for this moment. And I try to squeeze every ounce of performance from it, because I think when it comes to exercising, you need to meet a minimum threshold, and this is what 99% of the population don't understand. You can't just stand there and do this 10 times.
Those
you can't,
reps?
You can't just do it 10 times. You have to do it 10 times, but you have to kind of channel everything you've got into those 10 reps, like it's the last 10 reps you're gonna ever do. So it's
See-
always a performance.
Actually, that's a great point. Because when we work out, right, when we do any strength training, we hang out. Between reps. No, that's a good, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do 10. Okay, hold on, I'm tired. Okay, Chal, what are you doing now? Let's do this. And then your heart rate's so down, right? And then you do it again when you kind of muster up the energy again. So that's a good point that you said. You really have to do it all in or nothing, and you keep your heart rate up. What's a great heart rate range?
Well, everyone's heart rate range is different, right? You have zone 1, zone 2. But when it comes to training, I try to focus more on the kind of stimulation you're feeling. Because whenever you're lifting any kind of weight, you're trying to achieve stimulation in that area.
Okay.
If it's your chest, if it's your legs, if it's your back. And a lot of the time we understand isolation because we can look at our biceps or we can look at certain parts of our body. But when it comes to just overall training, you're trying to maximize stimulation. So your heart rate will come. It'll present itself whether you like it or not. I try not to use it as an indicator. I kind of just look at the person and see if they're shaking or if they're fighting instability. But whenever I see folks working out, it looks really perfect,
Right.
really correct, and they look really good. They're not working hard enough.
Yeah, I like that. But what do you do? For example, like you said, if you're shaking,
No,
the
I want to know
instability-
about that.
Yeah.
Does that mean that it's already your limit, or that means your muscle is growing and you're
Yeah, so
pushing
you should
yourself?
push more.
Yeah. I think in the moment, like when you're training, if you're pushing really, really well and the movement is nice, it's long, it's smooth, it's too easy. It's too easy. You can do more.
But you can't, when you're shaking, there's no way you can lift the weight.
You have to find a way.
You see that? You see that, Mo?
You'll be so scary. I'm
that
like-
is Coach Arnie right there. You got to find a way.
I'm watching the LED and I'm tired just watching your workout.
You have to make a way. That's the only way, because you need to stimulate the muscle, and the muscle has to be tested. right? It has to be tested, or else it's not going to go. It's not going to adapt, because you're trying to achieve adaptation with the movement, and you can't do that if it's too easy. If you can do it 10 times, it's just too easy.
But what
It's
if you're
gotta
so
look ugly.
hilo already?
Oh well, then you're doing great.
See that philosophy? Okay, a lot of women say this, Arnie.
Yeah.
When I lift weights, I don't want to get bulky. And we've asked this question a couple of times here,
Yeah.
but I want to hear your take on it.
Okay, well, I've been fortunate enough to train a lot of women. In fact, I'd say 9 times out of my 10 clients are all women. So I have a few men, like, high performers as well, and, big personalities that run big businesses, and they're great to train. But I have fun with the ladies, because the ladies all say the same stuff. I don't want to be too bulky. I don't want this to grow. This area
The
here.
traps
Yeah, I
here.
don't like it.
Or your
And I
arms.
always tell them the truth. The truth is, as a woman, no matter how hard you try, you'll never get bulky. You could try to lift the same weight as me, you'll never look anything like me.
Really?
No matter how hard you try. I mean, the only way we can get that bulky is either enhanced, or you just eat all day, every day, and you lift crazy heavy weights, or you were bulky to begin with. But let's say coming from that size, and you were afraid you were going to get bulky, it just wouldn't happen, because you just couldn't consume as many calories as me to get to that size. Unless you'd have to really, really try. So I always tell the woman, in the gym, look, just train, lift as heavy as you can, because your body will grow. But generally speaking, women's muscles are quite small in relation to their fat content, right? It's not like you have big biceps. So I tell them to be fearless about it. Try everything, lift everything, go as heavy as possible, because you only have one body, and you only get one go at it anyway.
Yeah.
We're all aging, we're all getting old. So while you're young and strong, lift the weight, move it, because eventually you won't be able to.
Well, before we do our rapid fire, just one
Yeah.
more question that I'm sure everybody has in the back of their minds. What are your thoughts on supplements?
I think supplements are key. I mean, they're essential. They're essential to
So you have
recovery and growth and performance. You need those, because you can only get so much from food. I know you have the purists. You have people that want to gain everything from food. But you have to understand, when you consume a food item, it turns into those supplements. So why not take the end product itself, so that you're not using so much of your intestine to try and consume bits of food, and just get the final item, and then get the best out of it, and get the best nutrition immediately. That's what you want to get.
Nice, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign up and be a Army reservist.
We have to get to rapid fire. I didn't even get to ask Arnie who
What was
is
the
dating
question?
right now.
Oh my
there, let's do
Lord.
rapid fire. Go.
Okay.
Go, go,
Here we
go.
go. Rapid fire. We ask a question, just answer, all right?
Okay, you want me to ask first?
Okay, first question,
Yeah,
not
go,
here.
go,
Yeah.
Is Arnie dating now? And if it's a yes, who?
Marites.
Secret.
So it's a yes.
But he is dating. Okay.
Okay.
So morning workout or evening?
Morning.
Okay.
Also not here, your favorite client. Hala.
My. All of them.
Daya.
Okay, cardio or strength training?
Strength.
Gym or home workouts?
Gym.
I already asked you this, but I'm gonna change it. What is your number one supplement that everyone should take?
Aminos.
Aminos.
Amino tablets. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Muscle soreness, good sign or warning sign?
Best feeling ever. Yeah.
I hate that when you
Arnold for
can't
you.
walk. Okay, to train every day, what's the go-to number of days?
Every day.
Are you serious?
If you can train every day.
Ayoko yan.
If you can train every day and you feel great, train every day.
Change your answer. Like every day.
This is not the army. A different kind of army.
That's just for me, huh? For
Yeah,
others,
yeah,
if they do
of
2
course.
days, 3 days, that's up to them, whatever they feel happy with. Me, I feel happy every day.
Well, speaking of, like for women in general, like everybody's busy. What's your take on how to incorporate workouts with such a busy lifestyle?
You have to make time.
Make time. No
You have to
excuses
make
with
time.
Arnie. Walking counts as exercise, yes or no?
I think walking is a pleasure that's offered to us free, and it's not exercise.
It's leisure for him.
Yeah.
But it's good.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
If you can't do anything else, walking is great.
Okay.
For the mind.
It's like, I love 10K steps.
Do you feel it? Do you feel
I
it?
felt the intensity. We're not even working out. We're just talking. I'm sweating. Okay. Fat loss first or strength first?
Strength.
Really?
Strength first, because if you're strong, the body follows.
Because normally it's the opposite. They always say cardio first and then you tighten up and do strength.
I always tell my clients, focus on being strong. Like, train to be strong. Because when you train to be strong, you're focused not on your body. You're just achieving all these great feats of strength. And then eventually your body will follow and you'll be surprised. So it's that quiet surprise that happens after.
Wow. Okay.
Eat clean or eat balanced?
Balanced.
thought you were going to say, don't eat at all.
I know, right?
I think
kidding.
the
Yeah,
eating
balance.
clean and that super disciplined
it a
approach.
hype
I
thing?
think no, it's not a hype thing. I think it's a mentality thing.
Okay.
Like I can't. Like for example, I don't really eat fried food. I try to avoid it. I mean, I have a daughter though. I gotta participate now and then, you know. But I think for everyone else, by and large, I think eating balanced, you know, there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay. What's one food habit that makes the biggest difference?
Oh wow, that's a hard question.
Just one.
The one food habit, eating all three macros:
What are the macros again?
protein, carbs, and fats. Having all three in your diet.
Okay.
And not just having a protein diet, not just having rice and fats, not just having fats. I believe in all these diet crazes and diet fads. I really do, but I think you need to have all three.
Balance.
Okay,
still,
balance.
Yeah.
It's essential.
Most overrated health food.
Overrated health food.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to lose some business. Overrated health food. Oh man, lentils.
Lentils.
Okay.
So that's okay.
Yeah.
We can let go of that.
Munggo, right? Is that munggo?
Yeah, beans, like
Okay.
legumes or something.
Yeah.
Now I was trying to think of the Filipino counterpart. Okay, what's one simple diet rule for beginners?
Definitely high protein and fiber. Get fiber in your diet, start consuming a lot of fiber, and then add some protein. I think you'll get on track.
I'm on track. I ate honeydew. That's fiber instead of a croissant for breakfast.
Good
right?
option.
Is it a good option?
Oh,
You got a good
see?
option. Okay, as a fitness coach,
Yes.
what's one thing you'll invest in if you had 1 billion pesos, specifically as a fitness coach?
Can I spend all 1 billion?
Yes, all yours.
That's all
Really?
yours. No
Yes.
taxes.
I would build a free gym.
Free.
Yeah.
Free gym for everyone.
Yep.
Wow.
I'll build a free gym that anyone can use anytime, and it would be government funded.
Okay, looking forward to that day.
Yeah.
We will be there. Okay, so our
This
show
one
is
suits him
called.
well.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited for this one. Our show is called Daily Dish. So
Oh.
if you could have a dish that you would eat every day that's balanced with all three macros,
Oh my
what
gosh.
would it be?
That would be so many.
But
You have
every
to
day the
pick
same
one.
thing.
Yeah, like you won't
It's
get.
every day.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's every day. Oh man. It would be brown rice. All right. Oh no, sorry.
Okay,
It would
rewind,
be,
erase.
rewind. It would be my favorite here. It would be kamote fries. All right. And it would be salmon,
Cooked how?
like grilled,
Okay.
a grilled salmon, and asparagus with a side of avocado.
That sounds yummy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That actually sounds
That sounds
yummy.
delicious.
Yeah.
It is so delicious.
I love salmon.
But I'll have 2 scoops of those, or 2 plates, or 3 plates.
I'm
That's
gonna
the
stop the
problem.
kamote for brown rice. I need rice.
Coach Arnie, Coach Arnold, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For those people who could afford you, they could just get in touch online, right? Just check you out online with your social
Yes,
media.
at Arnold Aninion. On Instagram, just drop me a message or send me a line, and I will reply back.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop you a message. Like just sitting here beside him and listening to him talk, I'm sweating.
We should have a
Like-
workout here one time.
Yes!
Yeah, no, not here. We'll go to you.
Yeah,
And
sure.
we can all
Anywhere.
work out. Okay, done. We're doing
Let's
that.
do it. Let's make a promise here today. Next time we do this, you guys come to me in your fitness gear.
We got
Yeah,
the
we'll do
control
it.
room
Yeah, we're
saying,
going.
yes, it's
They're all
booked. Yes,
saying
it's
Is it
booked.
booked?
Yeah, booked.
Yeah, our
booked.
EP
A real
just said
session,
book.
huh?
Yes,
It'll be
yes.
live like this. Nothing's
Oh, you're gonna
planned.
regret it, Mo.
Can we
In
zoom
a
in
good
on,
way.
guys, let's zoom in on my hands. Wait lang ah. Pinawi, look
It
at,
is, it is,
I'm
it is too.
sweating.
That's
I got
crazy.
nervous.
Yeah. Be ready, Mo.
Pinawisan
You
ako,
feel
I'm
the
ready.
energy. Once again,
Yeah, we're doing it. Okay.
thank you so much, Coach Arnold. We will be seeing you soon.
Very soon.
But now we've got stories from around the world, plus the latest in sports and entertainment. After the break, the Daily Dish will be right back, extra fit and looking good.
2026.
This is my daily dish.
Welcome back to the Daily Dish. We begin world news in the U.S. The Trump administration is taking aim at sanctuary cities, threatening to block federal funding starting February. The move has states and mayors pushing back, warning it could hit essential services and spark legal battles. Our U.S. correspondent in New Jersey, Len Thornhill, has that story.
Starting February 1st, the Trump administration plans to block federal funding to states and cities that limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. President Trump announced the plan during a speech in Michigan, accusing sanctuary jurisdictions of protecting criminals and saying the funding cuts would be significant.
No country can afford to take in millions of people, pay for their education, their health care, their hospitals. You just can't do it. And we all have a heart, you can't do it. But many of those people are murderers. They're people released from jails, prisons, mental institutions, insane asylums.
Sanctuary policies mean local governments limit cooperation with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, to help immigrants feel safe reporting crimes and getting services. The move is drawing pushback from Democratic leaders in California, New York, and New Jersey. New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani posting on social media that the city will not trade its values or laws for federal funding and will continue to protect its residents. California Governor Gavin Newsom mocked the president's threat, saying Trump has tried this before multiple times and that the state sued and won in court. Newsom added that similar efforts were already blocked by federal judges during Trump's first term. Bergenfield, New Jersey Mayor Arvin Amatorio says the approach would impact everyday services regardless of political affiliation.
Whether it's considered to be a Republican town or a red town or a blue town, the impact is the same. So, in my opinion, that's counterproductive. But, as municipality, we will do whatever we can do, for us to provide the services to our residents and to our people.
Legal experts say courts have ruled the federal government cannot cut funding approved by Congress. Still, the administration is threatening funding for food assistance, child care, and Medicaid.
When you cut the funding, you're not correcting the policy, but you are actually cutting the services.
President Trump did not specify which programs would be affected. For now, no federal funding has officially been cut. But legal challenges are expected if the plan moves forward. Len Amadon Thornhill, Bilyonaryo News Channel, Bergenfield, New Jersey.
A Filipino leader from Daly City is running for supervisor of San Mateo County. With backing from California's top PhilAm official, she could make local history. Here's a look at her plans in a report from our U.S. correspondent, Henny Espinosa.
Let me now introduce the next supervisor in 2028, Justin Manalo.
They are two history-making Filipino Americans. The first PhilAm California Attorney General Rob Bonta endorsing the first Filipina mayor of Daly City, Jocelyn Manalo, who is running for higher office as supervisor of San Mateo County's District 5. District 5 is home to a significant and historic Filipino-American population, particularly in Daly City, which has the highest concentration of Filipinos in the United States at 1/3 of the population.
Public service is a calling, and being 10 years on the city council, a 3-time mayor, there's so much work to do. And on a county level, it's really the safety net services that touch our community at the core. We talk about affordable housing, we talk about transit, we talk about all these pieces that really enrich the livelihood of our communities.
She's been delivering. She's been head down, sleeves rolled up in the trenches, making the people her top priority, whether it be gun buybacks to make communities safer from gun violence or building more housing for teachers or whatever it is, she always has the voters in mind. So, she's been on full display doing her work year after year and doing it well, doing it with heart, doing it with compassion, doing it with good values.
Manalo was raised in Daly City by Filipino parents who taught her the value of giving back to the community at an early age.
The best thing that I can tell about Justin is very passionate in helping people.
The focus of Manalo's public service is fighting for social justice, especially for underserved communities. If Jocelyn Manalo wins, she is poised to make history once again by becoming the first Asian American to hold a district supervisor seat in San Mateo County. And while the election is still in 2028, she's ready to hit the campaign trail with the support of the community.
Happy birthday to you.
Manalo recently celebrated her birthday by making a formal announcement of her candidacy, with the endorsement not only of Bonta, but of the current seating supervisor of District 5, David Canepa.
Justin has done just such an incredible job as mayor of Daly City, whether it's saving Seton Medical Center, whether it's providing affordable housing. But most importantly, I think her election represents what the future is. And the future is, when they did district elections, to make sure someone, a person of color, but especially a Filipino American, is elected. And so I think having a Filipina American, having a woman in this seat who's Filipino is needed. And I think that perspective is really going to take the county to another level.
I believe it's all of us together, because when I bring forth the issues that the community sees at the forefront, then I'm taking community with me. To the community, I can't do this without you. Together, we're going to continue. We're going to make sure that we put at the forefront the needs of our community in that Bilyonaryo spirit.
When it comes to her leadership style, Manalo says she doesn't create policies for the community. Instead, she creates policies with the community.
Together we can! Together we can! Together we can! Together we can! Thank you so much!
Henny Espinosa, Bilyonaryo News Channel, Burlingame, California.
Cignal takes control of the PBA Philippine Cup semifinals after defeating Barangay Ginebra in Game 5. Zeus Valdez has the full story.
Barangay Ginebra is in a deep hole in the PBA Philippine Cup semifinals, and while head coach Tim Cone admitted the Gin Kings struggled in Game 5, the American mentor still praised their fight after San Miguel's lead grew to 17 before being cut to 4 in the final seconds. Ginebra fell 115-109, failing to make it 2 straight after their Game 4 win. Scotty Thompson, coming off a 35-point triple-double performance, couldn't spark another comeback as the Gin Kings dropped back in the series.
We were looking for a miracle there in the end, didn't get one. But got to appreciate the guys for their fight, the way they fought back in the game. We made crucial turnovers all throughout the whole game when we could have made runs, and it was just wasn't our night. We were fumbling the ball wasn't going in for us, but our guys continued to fight the battle, and just came up short.
Cone said the series has flipped from their last semis matchup, with Ginebra now trailing 3-2.
You know, now we're basically in the same situation we were last conference, except it's flipped. You know, we were up 3-2, now they're up 3-2. They were able to beat us 2 in a row, so we see if we can flip the script and see if we can beat them 2 in a row. But we can't get to Game 7. We're going to take all unless we take care of Game 6. So that's where our focus is going to be, Game 6.
For San Miguel veteran playmaker Chris Ross, the series has followed a familiar script. Build a lead, absorb the pressure, and stay composed when Ginebra makes its run.
It's something we got to address, because I feel like I think in every game we've pretty much had a double-digit lead. And I don't know if it's relaxing or if they play desperate, but they do something to get back in the game. I mean, it's Ginebra, so they're going to do something to get back in the game. So we just got to weather the storm.
Ross admitted the Beermen nearly let the game slip, pointing to costly turnovers, including his own, as openings that Ginebra was quick to exploit. But for San Miguel, the focus remains on composure, winning the moment, not the margin. Now with San Miguel holding a twice-to-beat advantage, the mission is clear for the Beermen close it out in the Game 6. For Ginebra, survive and force a Game 7. Game 6, Friday night, back at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. I am Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Our girl Alex Ayala is set to make her Australian Open main draw debut on Sunday at Melbourne Park. The world number 49 Filipina faces American Alicia Parks in the first round of this season's first Grand Slam. Ayala enters the matchup riding on a momentum after a semi-final run at the ASB Classic and an impressive straight sets win over Donna Vekic at the Kooyong Classic. Standing in her way is Parks, a former world number 40 who reached the round of 32 at the 2024 Australian Open. The winner advances to face either Carolina Muchova or Jacqueline Christian in round 2. After 3 straight qualifying exits, Ayala is ready to take the next step in what could be a career-defining 2026 season.
Love takes center stage this Valentine's Day with a one-night-only show blending songs, stories, and surprises. Top OPM vocalists will come together to turn hearts into the true champions of the night. Monique Tuzon has the story.
This Valentine's Day, love takes a gamble, but surely wins at the Marriott Grand Ballroom in Newport World Resorts. 5 powerhouse voices, Martin Rivera, Jonah, Carista Guzman, Jed Madela, and Sofriona Vasquez come together for a one-night-only show under the creative direction of John Prats.
John has already suggested is that you won't hear us talk about our championships. The star of the show on February 14th is always love, relationships, and how you too can become a champion of the heart. Your heart also is a champion.
Unlike traditional concerts, Champions of the Heart leans into storytelling, where the performers themselves become the writers of the night's love stories told through music that hits close to home.
This time is going to be storytelling. It's going to be songs that we relate to. I guess that's one thing that we are going to be paying attention to, the relatability of the songs sa lahat na magse-celebrate ng Valentine's together with us.
For Sofriona Vasquez, being part of this powerhouse lineup is both humbling and inspiring. The same goes for Jonalyn Viday.
I'm so grateful and blessed. Again, masasabi ko po talaga na napili po ako for this show kasi it's a dream team. Sa first time na nakakatrabaho po siya ngayon, nakikita ko na ang bilis niya makapag-produce ng idea. Parang in an instant, meron kagad siya na-offer. Mas maganda and mas magaan na we're just having fun.
Being a champion of myself, you know, ini-expect kasi nila na nagcha-champion ka if you win. But even if you always try and not make it, that's one way of saying you're a champion because you believe I can be a champion and then I'm just blessed na nangyari siya sa America. So that makes me believe I'm a champion.
The chemistry on stage is fueled by friendship, collaboration, and a shared love for music. Something the artists say audiences will immediately feel.
Makaka-relate lahat sa songs and talaga na mapipil lang nila yung love that night.
Stage director John Prats describes the creative process as organic, driven by trust and the artist all-in commitment.
Ang sarap to work with artists that, you know, all in. Yung creativity hindi siya pinaplano. I get it from them. Like we have inputs and then we visualize it.
For Martin Rivera, working with this group and with a new generation of directors is proof that original Filipino music continues to thrive.
OPM is alive today. The industry has never been better than it is today.
On February 14, everyone is invited to take the risk, feel the love, and celebrate every victory, big or small, that makes the heart a true champion.
On Monday, here on The Daily Dish, we'll speak with actor, host, and improv pioneer in the Philippines, Gabe Mercado. We also have Mariel Faye Acaba, owner of pastry shop Fedici, known for premium charcuterie and their luxury wedding cheesecakes. That's at noon, only here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. It's been a great week, guys. That's it for us today, Friday, January 16. Join us again on Monday for more Real Talk.
A lot of spilled tea with zero filter. I'm Monique Tuzon, Bossy. Anytime is a good time because it's always more fun with us.
I'm Chal Lontoc, always on top of the news and stories that matter the most.
And thanks for making us your lunchtime companion. I'm Mai Rodriguez. That's the Daily Dish. Sir!
Happy weekend!
Happy weekend, guys!